What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you a viewer-submitted replay commentary. This is going to be a match from 228, part of the Anvil clan, and it is a standard battle on Mountain Pass. He's driving his IS-6, and he is platooned up with a friend of his who is quite new to the game. And they are both actually driving, well, his friend is driving the IS-3, but they are both driving Tier 8 Russians. 228 kind of doing a ballsy move with that, honestly, taking a Tier 8 preferred matchmaking vehicle into matchmaking with a vehicle that has no preferred matchmaking. And it seems my game is not enjoying this. Little bit of lag right here. Not quite sure what was going on with that frame rate drop, but hopefully it dissipates. It might just, I've noticed that happens a bit in 9.5, and it might just be because the game client is old, but we shall see if it improves any. Now, the IS-6, very solid vehicle, kind of difficult to play due to its low penetration rounds, but the IS-3 certainly a bit better in my book, but again, it's the standard. Now, his friend is called Clace King, from what I can pull together in that. Honestly, I'm just going to call him Clacy, or Classy King, just because it sounds like classy. But in fact, I'll probably just refer to him as King to make things all nice and simple. Still, heavy tanks going to the southern pass here, and hold on, we're just going to pause this for a second, and I'm going to see if I can sort out this frame rate issue. And the Panther spotted in the middle, apparently, a little bit of lag in the replay. Alright, here we go, back again. I freed up some resources. It doesn't really seem to be helping though, so it might just be inherent to this replay or to this patch. I don't know. I cannot say for sure whenever it's you guys sitting in the replays. I don't know if it was actually lagging like that in the match or if it's my game client in my computer. So it's really hard to judge. But hopefully it's not going to be too jarring right here. IS-3 versus FCM 50 ton. And the FCM getting off a lot of damage for free here at 228 and a bit of a world of hurt. And kind of got to play smart, which he is. Side scraping, very well done. Tiger P bouncing and getting a good solid hit on that 50 ton finally. Making the damage between the two about even, although the 50 ton still has done a little bit more. Just under 500, whereas 228 has done just under 400. So he made up for some of the damage. His ally here, the King, driving his IS-3, kind of taking a bit of damage. I don't think he really was able to get much off. Now they're trying to be very sneaky and smart about the way they do it. Obviously, the replay not showing that Panther getting spotted or whatever he was shooting at. I'm assuming it was the Panther, and apparently he missed. A bit of lag again in the replay file itself, and something I've started noticing in 9.5. It also could just be my computer not liking the current game client that I'm running to get this to play. I don't know. I can speculate all day, but I apologize for the lagginess and such in the performance. The Panther bouncing around, but also his IS-6 taking it as well. This IS looking like he might pull out into the open. Yes, a little bit. Side turret armor, perfect. Beautiful shot. The IS nearly dead. And the 50 ton, again, causing some trouble. A lot of Russian armor down here in the south with him and the IS-3, but there's a lot of German armor as well for the enemy team. I mean, look at all that German armor. E25, 3001P, you got the Panther, then you had a Panther 2, I mean a Yog Panther 2, ooh, even more scary, down in the south, the Tiger P. So it is Russian versus German at the moment with a little bit of, hold on, what? I see a T on the map. That is a T29 with a little bit of American backup. That T29, I saw a little niche by his tank, which I think means he has the stock turret. I now want to confirm that. Okay, yes, he has the stock turret, which, if I recall correctly, back in the day, I know for a fact back in the day, I don't know if it was ever changed, but with the stock turret, you could still have the 105. You could still have the best gun on the T9, the T29, and have the best gun. So hopefully he does. I mean, I couldn't tell from that distance. Right here, 228 taking a shot on that 3001P. Kind of unnecessary if you ask me. The Tiger P certainly should probably have been pushed a little bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand getting kills where you can get kills, but at the same time, it's certainly one of those things that What is up with that little icon? Is it telling him... oh, wow. Okay, he has Eagle Eye. I've never seen it used before. Eagle Eye lets you know what broken modules are on the enemy vehicles. It's so uncommon for me to see that. Most people forgo that perk just simply because a lot of people don't see value in it. I mean, most of the time it's just, to them, not worth it. There's other more valuable perks, but he might just have such a high crew training on this vehicle, like a crew with so many skills and perks, that it was the only good option left. But again, speculation. I would have to ask him in person, and in fact, we are in-game contacts, so I mean, I could do that if I ever started playing this game again. Life's been so busy. I've just been doing commentaries in my free time rather than actual gameplay. So I'm sure Thugs probably isn't too happy with me about that. I was very present when I initially swapped over, but that's also because life was a little less busy then. And I was able to do both gameplay and replays alongside each other. And right here we see 228 finally falling back to his base because it is greatly under threat. His team having hit point lead, but not tank lead. And he's got a Black Prince who certainly wasn't falling back. A T-29, and it looks like a T-34. Yes, pushing on the enemy T-29 and then to base to hopefully kill that. Already got the E-25 up on the hill, and we got King coming in behind with IS-3 support. KV-5, ooh, that was a very well aimed, not zoomed in shot at that KV-5's weak point. I gotta give him some credit there. Shooting it yet again, the little turret on the front of the KV-5, who at this point is probably wishing he backed into that area. And will he get the kill? He will. One thing I failed to take notice of was the fact that the Chi-Ri here did fall back with them. And right in here, the Yog Tiger 88, kind of a threat. And where's that? Okay, the E-25 did fall back down, and he came in behind them from, you know, trying to get a good flank. The 34-2 up on the hill. And right now, the IS-6 228 is trying to defend his house, prevent the base capture, and the enemy team really, wow, that T-29, I don't know what happened there, but his entire team got wiped out in the south in what seemed to be an easy victory. The enemy team is quickly turning around, and it is up to King and 228 mostly to win this, although that Black Prince did kill that T-29, and hopefully he will kill that KV-85. He should be able to if he is worth his salt. I should actually be able to see the hit point differences. Okay, Black Prince near death, KV-85 near death as well, and the Black Prince not exposed to artillery to the best of my knowledge, but he might be. Hopefully he can kill that KV-85. Nope, not gonna happen. Black Prince does fall as well. So just one more enemy vehicle for King and 228 to have to take care of. And right here, Yog Tiger 88 getting hit for a good chunk of his health, but no damage done to 228. And yet again, more damage absorbed into the black hole that is the IS-6's armor. It doesn't ever seem to be that reliable for me. And it looks like we got King taking care of that vehicle. The Yog 88 shooting 228 in his turret because he kind of foolishly turned it sideways. We see that hole right there. So maybe he should have trusted King to take care of that and kept his strongest armor facing that Yog 88. And King making a very good move here, pulling out, getting the Yog 88's attention, trying to flank him, and will get tracked for his trouble. But you know, 228 is doing his best here to help. Ooh, brothers in arms denied, but 228 managing to get the track. We do know that the Yog 88 does have a broken engine and his tracks were busted. And now it's hard to say if he's going to actually pull this off. Yog 88 just fired, but it has a very, very impressive rate of fire here. And this is 228's last APCR round. Yog 88 fires again, which will, it's gonna be his doom. I was gonna say it will prove to be his downfall, and it was, firing that round off when he really did not have the shot. And now all that remains for the enemy team is a KV-85 and an artillery, who both can quite easily kill this IS-6, kill 228. And the KV-85 maybe not so much, just because of how troll the IS-6 is in its armor. But that artillery piece, I mean, all he has to do is splash 228 here. And it is the tier 8 German, which, if I recall, cut me some slack on this. But, oh, not good. And the round whiffs. The GW Tiger P now going to certainly die. Not quite sure where that KV-85 is, but if I had to guess, he probably would have pushed up bridge and is coming up behind 228. 228, pretty sure that is the case as well. So he's looking like he's going to go up this hill or not. I'm not quite sure if he's going hold down on the low pass here and just going to defend his base, or if he's going to go up that hill. And up there's the KV-85 on his friendly base. Again, he says, not in my house. Very ballsy move there, pushing forward, trusting his armor implicitly, and it did not let him down. There we go, getting over 5,800 hit points worth of damage. But let's go see the rack and stack and compare how everyone else did. And a victory by a narrow margin. He gets Top Gun, Steel Wall, Defender, and High Caliber. Gets 4 medals. Very impressive. And with a hit ratio of 87.5%. Pretty accurate, especially for an IS-6. But going on to the actual rack and stack here, we're going to just see how everyone lines up. So his artillery actually doing pretty respectable for itself. A decent amount of damage there. The T-34, not too shabby. Where is King? There is King. Getting a respectable amount of damage and kills for a new player. So, gotta say, pretty well done. And I think 228 definitely was satisfied with his friend's performance there. Especially towards the end when it came down to the fact that the IS-3 pushed on that YOG 88 and gave him a window of opportunity to get a shot in for damage, which really did end up making all the difference in the world for this match. That T-29, oh my goodness, that was the one holding bridge. That took out so much of 228's team, and over 3,126 damage. For a tier 7 vehicle, very impressive. And not as impressive as my T-29 match, which was just uploaded the other day, but still, well done to that enemy player. And that YOG 88 not doing too shabby. KV-1S, pretty woo. KV-1S, now correct me if I'm wrong, but that is still a tier 6 vehicle. And it did over 2,000 damage, and I'm impressed. Color me impressed. Granted, the KV-1S has been moved around, so I'm not quite sure if it's still tier 6. Things change in this game so frequently, it's hard to keep track. Now, that enemy artillery, pretty much useless, and what I was saying earlier about the artillery was the fact that, you know, I played back through it when tier 8 was the highest, so when they made it, the tree go all the way to tier 10, I am not quite familiar with all the new parameters of the lower tier artillery. I still have my tier 10 German, but I have not played it since the different, you know, the different tree was introduced. So I could be wrong, but I do believe the GW Tiger P has a very large and scary gun on it, and therefore a pretty good splash, as good as of a splash as artillery can have nowadays in terms of like big guns. It's better than, let's say, the French or some of the Russian, like the 261. So still very well played by quite a bit of the enemy team, honestly. There's a lot of damage spread out there, a lot of kills spread out there, and nearly a victory, but it was not to be so, because 228 said, "This is my house, not your house," and he is going to defend his base. Overall, 24 shots fired, 21 direct hits, 19 pens, actually a very good ratio for an IS-6. Damage done, we've already gotten over that. Hit received, 21, which 15 were non-penetrations. So the total damage blocked by armor over 3,225. And enemies detected 2, 11 enemies damaged, 7 of which were destroyed. And we get a little bit of assistance for spotting damage and tracking damage, but what really was the key winner there was the base capture/defense points of 86 denied. Overall, he earned over 50,000 credits with his standard account status. He would have earned over 100,000 credits had he been running premium. Not sure how that works out, because I could have sworn premium was just like a 50% increase. Oh wait, it is, because it's not a 50% increase of the earned, it's a 50% increase of the total given. So yeah, no, that math works. That math works out just fine. I'm just being a complete idiot, as is usually the case. So total experience earned, very impressive for both standard and premium, And he significantly would have earned a lot more, of course, had he been running premium, which is always the case. But still, regardless of that, I mean, it does not take away from his performance in the slightest. However, I'm gonna say I'm wrapping this video up. Not much else to say on this subject, but thanks all for watching. If you got a replay you think I should do a commentary on, instructions in the description below. If you want to know more ways to follow and support my channel, also in the description. But what's it, this has been Spang, and clearly I am just oh so professional. Until next time, my viewers.
MLG Dynamo!
One of these days I'll not suck.